want to tell you about our experience we had in Peschiera Del Garda. We rented a boat, and we thought maybe we might share it with some people. And last minute, I just walked up to a guy that was looking at the boats while we were there, and he looked like he was interested. His wife was standing there, and I asked if he would like to share the boat. And he kind of looked at me funny, and then kind of got it. He was probably in his 30s, and she was in her 30s. And so I went over to the boat guy, because I've already talked to them, and I noticed she was pregnant. And I went, oh gosh, we got to be careful and everything. So what did I do? But long story short, it turned out that we got together. He's a great, funny guy. His partner, wife, is just amazing. Now this is the deal. In Holland, a lot of the younger kids aren't getting married, but they have contracts between them of just either just an agreement, and he said it was an agreement, and he talked about lots of that going on. That lit my wife up, but you know, we got over it, and we understood. We talked to them probably for after we got back from the boat. We just had a wonderful time out with them on the boat. He was funny, and she was tough. I mean, a pregnant lady getting bounced around. She was like 16 weeks, and it was just really great. As we got back in, he wanted to keep going, so we asked us to go to a gelato place and have some gelato. And when we did, we just got talking about life and marriage, and I told her that she would make a really good mom, because I could just tell the way that she was wired, and he would make a good dad. He was just really a nice guy. He was a salesman for a big machinery food processing company. Starts with an M. It's like Melly or Mello or something like that in Holland. And at the end of our conversation, we just started talking a little bit about spirituality and what was going on, and whether they had any understanding of what, you know, what just Christianity was, or Jesus was, or anything like that. And they said, you know, we're really, really discouraged. One of the things that I did was give them our Refuge Long Beach Church card and just start the conversation of saying, look, what if church didn't suck? And his eyes just like changed. He says, you know, when we go to church in Holland where we're at, we have these 85 and 90-year-old guys that are speaking in Latin and that are saying stuff from that we don't get it. We don't get any of it. We've had Catholic, the gal had Catholic upbringing, and it just like they don't get it. And there's such a small percentage. I think it's that like 0.5 to 1% are Christians or even aware of it. And he says all the young kids, they don't know anything about it because they're not taught and they don't understand. So we started talking to them about Acts, and we started talking to them about, you know, what it takes to be a Christian, and what we were doing, and in Refuge Long Beach, and some of the simplicity things, and you know, they leaned in. And about that time, I was just getting nervous because I knew that I needed to ask the question if they wanted to accept Jesus in their heart, and I just go, and then I heard Benjamin Bisco in my heart and my brain saying, hey mate, did you ask them? Did you ask them? Did you ask the question? Did you probe? And I just think that Ben has been a godsend for us and for our church, and it was really great. And through him, through Jesus, we asked these guys if they wanted to accept Jesus in their heart. And the one girl goes, well, you know, I kind of feel like it's really important that we are in control of ourselves and that we do this. And I said, oh, roadblock. And so I started to talk to her about that a little bit. And I talked to her about what the Bible said, that, you know, your only path is through him. And I sort of saw a little bit of change, and he was on board. Franz was on board, and finally Franz it seemed to move in the same direction, closer to what we were saying, and said, you know, it's simple. It's a simple prayer you got to pray. Would you like to do that with us now? You've got a baby on the way. what have you got to lose? And they both said, okay. We joined hands, we prayed, and they just were they were amazed. It was really a thing. And they hugged us, and we left, and now Gayle wants to send them a Bible, and I want to give them a couple of scriptures, not much. I think it's really important when you bring somebody to the Lord that they're overwhelmed with what they're doing. They're overwhelmed. They don't get it. And as a on-fire Christian, you can overload them, and you can get them to a point where they back off and don't want it. So you've got to be respectful. And sometimes you'll get somebody that's just absolutely on fire and wants to just consume everything. But then I believe these younger generation from Europe want to walk with more caution. So it was a great day. We're on our way out. We get a taxi in about a half an hour. We're going to go to an airport, to FCU Fumishino Airport, and we're actually going to do some viewing around there and just chill out. It's at a nice hotel. It's a couple blocks from the airport. So anyway, I'm done, and have a great day.